All right, welcome to another stream from ours. Hope you're doing good. I'm joined today by Yuma, the one and only.
Hello. How are you guys doing? Hope everyone is fine.
And yeah, today with another game at Prime League from the boys. And yeah, looking forward to the games. Will be interesting. I think Yuma, maybe you can give us a little bit of insight. I know you've been working with the team quite a lot, so what are we looking at? What are we expecting?
Yeah, so if you go to the Prime League website, we are first place with 7 wins and 1 loss at the moment. There's another team that has similar score to us, but the rest is we are far away from them, I would say. And the team that we are playing today, they are 1-7. So we are 7-1, they are 1-7. We should beat them 2-0 today. That's the expectation. But you know, in League of Legends, you can never say what will happen until it happens. So let's see how it goes. But I will send the OPGGs from our team and from the enemy team in the chat, so the people can just have a look at what elo range we're talking about.
Okay, good stuff for sure. As I saw just in the champ select for right now, I think Team Genetix decided to take a red side, which could be quite beneficial, since the red pick or red side has last pick for sure, but needs to blind pick on R4. What do you think? Do we usually prefer to take red side? Do we rather have that first pick secured? What do you think?
Yeah, so in a really competitive environment, I'm talking about like LEC or Korea, you know, LCK. I think blue side is very powerful because you can have the first pick. That means that you control the draft. You can like pick one, like let's say you leave 5 power picks open. So you can decide which first power pick you take, and then the other team takes 2 and you take the other 2. So then there are no more power picks available or no more counter picks, stuff like this. That's why blue side is really good. But in an environment like ours, where we are like semi-professional and a lot is decided by your own skill, I think red side is really good because you can just have one winning lane for sure, because you have the counter pick. Like either you leave mid lane having the last pick, or top, or even the support, and then yeah, you have really good chances that you have one winning lane and you can play around that. And we have a really good top laner, Razar. So I think we took red because of him.
Okay, so we really have to have a favorable matchup on top side. Try to play then on top side favor. In this case, did I got that right?
Yeah, so that's what I think will happen.
Okay, all right. Okay, will be interesting for sure. What we will see, I think we will get into the pick and ban in a second, so we can see how that thing will play off. Really interesting to see, of course, if what you talked about, Yuma, will happen. That we have that we will have a topside favorable matchup, or maybe they will just ban a lot of stuff away. And we go into pick and ban for the first game this evening with a Aatrox ban from Muchacho. Go ahead.
Sorry, so Aatrox is a really power pick for Team Genetix. They played it, I think, in nearly all games, and they blind picked it a lot of times because Razar is really good on Aatrox, and he can play it in nearly every matchup. So it's a really good ban. Darius as well, another powerful pick that Razar showed, and I think they are showing the respect because we have red side, right? They ban stuff early because you can't forget that in red side you do not only have the last pick on R5 or the counter pick, you also have the R3 counter pick.
Okay.
So you counter pick basically 2 times. So they try to mitigate that. And from our side, I don't know how much you watch LEC and stuff, or how much you're into the meta right now, Sandro. But basically Tristana and Corki, so these are 2 AD mid laners, and right now in mid lane you play a lot of AD carries. Let's say it like that. And these are probably the best 2. And you know, Ivern is just annoying.
I just wanted to say that also, like we talked about a lot about the last picks from Team Genetix, but we also can't forget about the first pick possibility from boosted Muchachos, as we just saw with the Zyra pick as the first pick. No.
So Zyra is a really strong jungler at the moment. Her job is just to power farm, and after that look if she can make a gank, and if not, then she just goes and farms basically again. Like, she has a really strong full clear. I think I saw a video where she had the full clear at like 240, 230, I don't know, but it was really fast. So Zyra really powerful early clear jungle and late game carry, but it's punishable if you can invade her. That's one thing that we should look out for.
Okay, we see Jhin Sejuani pick up right now by Team Genetix. I don't think that Sejuani has a lot of invade potential. I think regarding that she will play probably a little bit tank carry, and it doesn't have the fastest clear. I think I'm not pretty sure with that, but I think clear is good, but it's not like the super fastest. No.
Yeah, for sure. So Sejuani is not the fastest clear, but she can invade. I mean, if we have a jungler that can invade with her, then the possibility for an invade is really high. So the problem is just, can we get our support to move? So do we have prior on bot lane? And now you see, so they pick their top laner early so that we cannot ban their top laner out because we have last pick. So they pick the comfort, and that leaves them in a really weird situation because now we could pick top lane here
and leave counter pick for mid lane.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
And we will do that. The thing that we sacrifice here is our no, we did not.
Yeah, right? We did not. We did the pick support for right now.
So because if we would have picked top lane, then we would have lost our support picks.
Yeah.
Because versus Rel, you usually want something tanky that can peel. Alistar is the perfect example, or maybe Fresh. But they could have banned both champions if we pick top lane here. And we have the counter pick anyways on R4 as well. So it doesn't really matter. It's just the question if we have enough champions in the pool of Razar that we can do that as well.
Okay. So we see Ezreal ban against boosted Muchachos. We see no ban on MUCHACHOS side. I think this one was missed or either too late.
Yeah, that's really weird. So in scrims, when you miss a ban, you can just write them and tell them like, hey, we missed a ban, but this is official game. So I don't think that this works here. And I think this shows that they lacked the preparation, right? So normally you would know what you need to ban versus top laner when you have 2 bans versus him in the
but it's usually, you know, usually the second ban phase is a little bit heated. You discuss a lot. You don't know what's happening. Maybe different people are making different calls, so somebody needs to decide. Maybe no decision was made. Maybe, I mean, we are used to that. There were some close calls from us as well. So yeah, I mean, I can understand it for sure. So we have Varus as last ban and then Orianna ban against mid lane. And a Gragas pickup for, I would say, top lane, I think, right now, no?
Yes, absolutely. So we have a really weird comp again, where we have really good team fight. We can do a lot of stuff, like we can hard engage with Sejuani, Alistar, and follow up with Jhin, and we can split the fight with what is this guy called? Gragas, you know. So we have a really beefy front line for the Jhin to carry, but we have a Jhin, like we don't have a hyper carry. So I think we need a really big damage dealer now in the mid lane that we can penetrate through the likes of Urgot or the Rel. Okay, and they decide for Victor Xayah, 2 really scaling champions.
I mean, I'm really interested right now in what the mid lane matchup is gonna be as well. I mean, could also be Gragas flex pick. No, okay, they go for Wei. That's fine as well. Okay, so we have Zyra jungle. Okay, Urgot against Gragas top lane. Zyra jungle against Sejuani. Victor against Wei. And Xayah Rel against Jhin, Alistar. I think it's a little bit, like you said, it's a little bit a strange comp, maybe for Team Genetix a little bit, because we have like a lot of stuff that wants to go in. I mean, we have a lot of engaged tools still. Also a little bit of disengage with the Sejuani with Gragas ulti, but there's not a ton of engage that boosted MUCHACHOS can utilize. Or like hard engage for this point, so it will be very interesting to see if the comp is even enough to you know, let the Rel walk in, or just let the Rel engage, just capitalize on that. Or what do you think?
Yeah, so it's not the first time that I see these kind of comps. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like them. So I love the comp that Team Genetix built, but I just hate the Jhin in this comp. Like I would love to have a Jinx here, Ashe. Basically, it doesn't even matter. Kai'Sa, like something that does damage really quick and in a consistent basis. That's why I don't like the Jhin.
Wait, why you don't like the Jhin? Because of the auto attack restrictions, or?
Yeah, because he has a lack of damage, I would say, basically. So if you have Jhin, you want to have him in the backline, you want him hitting, you want him supporting.
Okay.
But they picked the Urgot early, I mean, and the Rel, so they could have a beefy frontline. That's why I don't really like it that much. It's better because they didn't pick a tank top lane, like a full tank, something like Malphite. But I just don't like it that much. But that's my my personal opinion on that matter. But the rest, if we just go through the matchups really quick, I mean, top lane is fine. It's totally fine versus Urgot. You can just chill and farm. Jungle, I would say, if we go back to or we can discuss that later, but just the jungle matchup is fine. It's basically a Sejuani. She just wants to farm. Mid lane is also a farm matchup, and bot lane is a matchup where both sides can't do a lot. If the Rel engages, then the Alistar will just knock the Xayah away. And if the Alistar engages on the Rel, then the Xayah will just deal too much damage. So we have on every lane, I would say, a little bit of a stalemate that won't happen a lot. So the timings will be really important in this game. I told you before, like at the second pick, when we picked Sejuani, about the counter jungling aspect. And if you watch, again, like if we get the prio on bot lane, we can just counter jungle the Zyra. If we get the prio on top, we can counter jungle. If we get the prio mid, we can counter jungle. So I'm looking for Sejuani to be active in the early game. That's what I would do, but in the end, I mean, they can just play it out. I think the draft was really even on both sides, to be honest.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I spoke my monologue. What do you think?
I mean, I think it's a little bit more difficult for me to judge since I'm not very active anymore. I think what's interesting for me is if Zyra, you know, can excel or like play out to the state where she actually has like impact, or where she can play the team fights, you know, because I'm just afraid that if she has a lot of problems with like getting invade or like losing priority on every lane, she will fall behind and basically just be useless the whole game. But I'm really interested how to see how that will play out, I guess, basically.
Yeah, and that's the difficult part about Zyra. Like, I normally expect teams that are way lower in the elo range to always pick an easy comp, pick a Malphite, pick an Orianna, try to wombo combo something and try to maybe get ahead and win like that, like to get an easy snowball win. By the way, if you watch the stream, oh
yeah, it's scuffed. I saw. I don't know what happened.
Okay. All good. So that's the thing. Like, if you have an easy comp, you just try to go for team fights. But the boosted, what are they called? Boosted muchachos.
Boosted muchachos. Yes,
They decided to go for a hard farming jungle. So what they say is basically, you need to win the lanes or not lose the lanes hard enough so that they can counter jungle me. And I don't think that Zyra will be able to gank a lot in the early game as well. So yeah, that's
I mean, unless like the standard mistakes happen that you overstep too much, you can, you know, with the root, you have like utility that you can make a gank happen, but still, Zyra's very very weak. I think no, it's if you do mispositioning or if you like if you step forward too hard as a Zyra, you also like one-shottable by like almost everyone probably. But yeah, we will see. We're loading in the game right now.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Yeah, Zyra is in a difficult situation, but if Zyra... Oh, you are on 0% the whole time.
Yeah. I'm trying to reconnect. 1 second.
Okay, it's a classic. Right client bug.
Yeah, maybe it's on my side, but I'll check. I hope it's working.
It should be. Don't worry. So let's go about the picks again. So basically, Zyra's in a difficult situation, but she can also be the carry for the team because Sejuani can't farm as fast as Zyra. So Zyra is bound to be stronger in the late game. Then just change the layout in the stream.
Yes, perfect. I will. Objective timer and yeah, rest should be good now, I think.
Yeah, then we are in the first game, Team Genetix versus Boosted Muchachos. What do you expect this game, or how do you expect the early game to play out?
I mean, I really want to see like that we move, or that like Team Genetix moves together as a team. You know, I think as you said, the timings will be probably most important. You know, to shut down the Zyra or get the invades going. I don't know if they will play around top side or bot side, but if you know whatever the decision will be, it's really important that you execute that. And I think, you know, the best thing that could happen is that the jungler has, or they will get pressure early on, make the invades happen, and yeah, take it from there basically.
Just one quick thing: can you like close the timers real quick and open them again? Like they are bugged.
Yeah, no, it's usually because of the layout. I think I can fix it.
Oh, really? Is it?
Yes, I think.
Okay.
Where is it?
Oh, it is what it is then. Not so.
Yeah, it's because the minimap is too big. I can make the minimap smaller though. Like this.
No, I mean it's like the timer on the top. It's like.
Oh, it's actually. No, I can't do.
I mean, never saw that. Yeah,
I never saw that
whatever.
either. Okay.
We will talk about it. Okay, so um, as an information for the new people as well here, this is the first game of Ripsy. So Ripsy is our new support player. I played the last few games in the Prime League season.
Okay.
But,
Welcome to the
for-
bench, I guess.
Yeah, I'm back on the bench, and I like it here. No, so I want to welcome Ripsy, and let's see how he performs on All-Star. It's my favorite champion, so I expect big things from him.
Okay. We see an early zone from for bot lane, or like a huge wave. So Buses Muchachos maybe giving that up a little bit.
Yeah, so if you watch the minimap, we have basically both junglers farming from top to bot. I didn't catch if Zyra got help early game, but I don't think so. And you see already the clear speed difference. So Zyra is ahead of the Sejuani, and the wave is pushing in. So Team Genetix has two choices now. Either they go for a reset here and let the wave bounce, like the cheater recall, and that's what they do. Or they could have stayed and tried to pressure them on the tower, but then they would be an easy gank. So I think this is the right decision.
I don't even know if they knew that Zyra started top side, so they knew for sure that they would be dangerous to a gank now early on. So I think the cheater recall is actually a decent decision if they had information about the top side start from Zyra.
I think they have, because they have like a ward at the chickens.
Oh yes, actually.
Yeah, so they knew where Zyra was. And now you see Team Genetix is back. They have boots advantage, and Team Boosted Muchachos is in a really difficult position in the bot lane because they have to push the wave out, but they are in a disadvantage of items. But their jungler is here to cover. That is really clean.
Is a dive even possible at that state? I don't think that. Oof, crazy flash rate from top side. So both top lane with no flash, 1 HP. Maybe Void can get something going here with a flash as well and picking up first blood against Boosted Muchachos. Very well played, I think. Clean flash trade on top side.
Yeah, I mean, Razor played that really well, so you don't expect this to happen in a Gragas versus Urgot matchup, to be honest. But he played it super well. He got him low, he traded the flash, and we start with first blood on the opposite side of the map from where we should be on this stage. And this is really good. So you see Sejuani is basically even in farm. She will start her jungle camps now because she got the topside scuttle. And as Zyra, you don't want this to happen, so you want to get an advantage somewhere. But Zyra got basically nothing because she went bot lane, they pushed the wave out, nothing happened, and now she's just full clearing again. And now, after her full clear, Zyra has to do something. So either she has to take the Drake, or she needs to go topside for the Voidlings. I think they're called Voidlings, no? What are they called?
Void Grubs, no?
Oh yeah, the Grubs.
Grubs.
Yeah, or she goes for the Grubs. So she has these two decisions.
Yeah, maybe going back to the discussion earlier. Do you think the dive was still possible because Zyra recalled right here? And do you think a dive bot side would have been an option for Boosted Muchachos or no?
Oh, you talked about the bot side.
Yes,
no,
yes,
never.
because she recalled because nobody could tank, right? There was like, or was it just too risky?
No, oh wait, maybe we switch our attention to this fight here. So we have a collapse from mid lane and from top side.
Yeah, there was an insta flash from Zyra, and we see a gauge on Jhin flashing out, but Ignite is ticking out. Mid lane is moving though, and we have a 3 versus 2 against right now, and I think we will pick up the Zyra as well. So AD carry trade, and Zyra died as well, actually. So Drake traded against 2 kills in favor of Team Genetix, I guess. And also, again, clean trades from Rashar against the Urgot on top side. Maybe looking at the dive right now. As no turret. And going for the dive, clean kill from Rashar. So, really playing it to his favor right now.
Yeah, so he did that perfectly. He waited patiently until the shield runs out, He knew he had the damage, he knew he could tank the tower, and he played that really well. And now you see that our bot lane went top, so they could fight the Grubs because, you know, Zyra, Urgot, they're really strong early game. So we just swap our bot lane up there to confirm that we get the Grubs.
I mean,
And-
also Urgot still teleport available right now. So even if a fight breaks out, we could turn that in a favorable position because Urgot right now with no teleport.
Yeah, so this is now we get into the macro of the game. So basically, what is the right decision? So you see now that the boosted muchachos, they went from bot lane to top, like their bot side, right? They walked the whole way. They get one grub. We had an easy push. They lost waves top side, and we lost nothing bot side. So was that really the right decision to walk top side from there? Or should they just have played for bot lane tower? Like, they could have sent 3 people bot and played for platings and a dive, but they didn't do that. They lost easy waves and are under pressure now. And they lost 2 grubs, right? For nothing, basically.
Exactly. I mean, that's basically a little bit of the concept of you shouldn't, like, of course you can try to match the opponent if you have enough tempo, but unfortunately that was like a little bit too late. And could have been countered in a lot of different ways to also get like resources, exactly like you said, with the platings or even the dive. But yeah, was matched by Muchachos, and we see another dive by Rashard and another clean pickup. And I don't think Zyra will do anything at this state, so Rashard is out of there. And a lot of good trades also from Wave. In mid lane, Victor has to reset right now. And
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks really hard. So I mean, the top lane is over. Like, he's 20 farms ahead. He has 2 kills, 1 assist. The other guy 0-3-0. If you maybe press, what is it, X tab, like that, then we can see the gold difference. I think it's X.
Sorry, yes. I spectated too much Valorant. Damn, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
X,
good,
yes.
oh, good. So you see he's like 1k ahead, and if we press X again, let's see the item difference. Okay, he should be close to his first item, and then it will only get harder because he will just poke like this the whole time. Like, he will always spam you with Q, and when he can, he will throw an E, W, and run away. You know, yeah, something
Okay,
like
so
this.
we need to be careful a little bit. I mean, we have Zyra in position for a gank maybe, but will be collapsed here.
Yeah, she's dead.
Yeah, maybe Void can engage here with ult available, no?
Bam.
And she's basically one nice flash and pick up here. I think she took Blast Comb over to the Drake pit and basically got herself out of position, but also a really nice move from Wave that could have capitalized on that. And a flash trade from Ripsy and Victor.
Was a really clean flash from Victor here. Was good reaction time because he would have been dead as well. But you see now that Team Genetix, they control every lane except maybe bot lane, like it's even. But Ripsy can be anywhere. Like, bot side is perma under pressure, and they are just bleeding gold right now. And they will play for the Drake, like we saw before. This is where things could get wrong because Team Genetix, they are not really strong at team fighting right now. You saw before they tried to do a sandwich, but they just got killed on one side because they were not patient enough. So let's see how they play this fight out now.
Okay, but I think we will definitely go for the next Drake fight, immediately started by Void. And I don't think that Muchachos will contest this in any way. They still have... No, they don't have vision. So it will be uncontested by Muchachos and Drake pickup by Team Genetix.
Yeah, I mean, it was good played from Team Genetix, but I also feel like this is the right decision for Muchachos. I mean, we have full item on Sejuani. She's 3-0. You have a Zyro who was still farming. I don't think she had an item before. So we're just waiting for items now and try to fight maybe the next Drake, maybe the next Grobs here, and see what you can do now. But they are not in the stress as well. They have not
Oof,
damage, but
crazy.
damn.
Crazy
IPA
trade by Wave.
with the solo kill, yeah. And that's why Hui is broken as well.
That's crazy. Okay, we still have a little bit of skirmish. Zara in the vicinity of this objective, but I don't think she will do anything too crazy, so Grub is picked up by Team Genetix, but also bot side will of course get a little bit punished by Alistair being on top side helping out. But I don't think we will lose too much. I think it's second plating right now. Maybe a little bit dangerous that Zyra can move bot side right now, try to force a dive, but Alistair's already on the move. And I think Zyra was spotted by the pink ward. So we know she's there, or Team Genetix knows she's there. And maybe
Yeah,
still.
I mean, do you see that top lane? I mean, this is just horrible to watch. I mean,
Yeah, it's crazy.
the Urgot can do nothing. He can only stay on the tower and try to somehow dodge the Qs.
Go Jungle
but
needs to be
he's
careful
just
here.
bleeding.
Alistair's also here, Zyra will gank it and he will get bursted down. Jungle will fall unfortunately to this gank. I think it was a little bit overstepped, no? It was a little bit risky to play with. We had the info on Zyra being bot side.
And I think that's the problem that the Team Genetics has. Like, let's be honest, they should win these games pretty cleanly. Just when you see the elo, like, I don't want to say that Boost Muchachos is bad. Like, I really think that they are playing this game decently well. I mean, they probably are higher than just, or they're playing better than low diamond players. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I think they are playing the game really well, but you expect more from Team Genetics, and this is like one problem that they have. Like, Jungler is really aggressive, and I don't think that he's happy that he's losing the lane. So he wants to get the minions, he does not want to bleed out too much, but then when you overstep against RL, you will just get flashed up.
Of course.
And that's basically what's happened.
I mean, it's really dangerous, you know, even against Rel Zyra comp, you know, you can basically not escape with anything. Against Zyra ult, Rel ult, you will just basically stand still. And of course, as a Unibar AD carry, you have to respect that, even though if you know, okay, you will lose like 3, 4, 5 minions. You have no aid from the jungler in the vicinity, you have Alistair, okay, then can knock one away, it's still difficult to play. But yeah, I still think you know, you can learn from those mistakes, get better.
Absolutely, and I think, I mean, as Team Genetics, when you just look at the gold difference right now, you are 4k gold ahead. You basically have a super strong top laner, super strong jungler, super strong mid laner, and this is where you want to have the gold in the best case scenario, because I told you that I don't really like Jhin in these comps, you know?
Yes.
And what Jhin does really well is he can follow up with a lot of damage. If he does not have to be the consistent damage, you know. And in this case, when you have such fat team members, Jhin is the perfect pick, because he will just stand behind. When Sejuani goes in, he will do a W, he will ult, like get some assists, and then it doesn't really matter if he's behind as well.
Okay, we saw like Roshar fighting for 10 minutes while Zyra was doing Herald. So pick up Herald from Muchachos. Now both can reset, but Roshar of course doing still a lot of pressure, winning those 1v1s, but I don't know what you think. I don't think the game should like be dragged out too much, because Zyra will eventually hit her power spike or get like stronger. Also as Victor is not having a lot of items at the moment. But still in the late game it will not get too easy for Team Genetix, or what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. So the problem is with the enemy team comp, they have pretty brain that comp. So they just want to engage with Rel and put their ults on top of you, you know, like have Victor ulti, have Zyra ulti, and have Urgot ulti in, and kill you instantly. Oh, here's a fight. Mr. Colorcaster?
Yeah, sorry, I was drinking. Okay, so Zyra was dying, or was caught right here. So we have the jungler dead, which basically allows us to get that Drake pretty easily. And Yeah, so I think I didn't saw exactly what happened. I think she was caught off guard, or was she basically ulted by Void?
Yeah, she was ulted by Void, so
Okay.
I'm really sorry, I forgot which point I was making before. But I want to switch my attention to another thing. So basically, we or Team Genetics did a trade 2-for-1 kills, but they lost the Drake. And as you see now, this is really, really huge for boosted muchachos because we talked about the late game. We can
Yes.
reiterate that later. But boosted muchachos, they want to scale right now. They are
Yes.
so far behind. They want to get items on their AD carry, on their mid laner. Oh, here's another
Okay, we
fight.
have a 5. Django again, right in the middle of the fight with no protection, but I think we can here trade kills again. On bot side, I don't know, Wei moving as well. Maybe we can get the Rel as well, which would make it a 2-for-1. Really nice comp by Alistair, which I think allows us to pick up the kill. But Victor is here as well. We can't get the Rel down. It's happening all over the map. Flash from Victor to secure that kill, I think, but it was not really a great flash. Alistair sacrificing himself to pick up Victor as well. And I think top lane died as well, so there was like kills all over the map.
It was a
crazy,
4,
crazy.
It was a 4 versus 2 in the end for Team Genetics. Pretty scrappy and with a good outcome. Not played to the best, I'm gonna be honest, but they got what they wanted. So they got top lane tower, they got the kill. IP will die here. That's
IP
fine.
wave a little bit overextended, but we'll
don't use
take the
flash.
fast reset.
I mean, in the end, this is pretty fine for Team Genetics. They've traded now 4 for 3. They lost the huge shutdown in the mid lane. Not the best, but it's okay. Still okay. But they got top lane tower, and no one can stop Rozar. That's the big thing right now.
Yeah, I think
So,
again we saw like the aggressiveness from Django, like playing out a little bit to his disadvantage. You know, being caught out early and basically unable to move anywhere because you have to stand in the middle of the fight now. So, but still, I think in the end, well traded by Team Genetics.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like I said, Django just needs to be little bit more patient. Like, don't stay into front line too hard. But let's see what happens here, because this is not good for Zyro.
Oh, Zyra's a little bit deep in, but maybe she can trade wave with her abilities here, but is burning down and will die to waste Leandris. But right now will get ulted, maybe basically no chance for him to escape right here. Django waiting for the force bullet, but cannot do, or misses it, unfortunately. Will get gifted the kill though. And immediate TP from Rashad to top side to avoid getting that turret taken. But there's another TP from Huey, and they try to live it as long as possible. Rel
They
will
get
die
the
here.
shutdown.
That's crazy though. That's a crazy big
I mean,
shutdown again.
Like I said, with boosted muchachos, they should not get anything right now, but they are getting it, and it's because Team Genetics just they are so greedy. They had bot lane an easy win. They could just push out the wave, but Razor decided to TP top to not give the tower. But they lost a huge shutdown. I don't know how much exactly it was, but I guess
400 again on Roshan. I mean, the thing is that Muchachos is getting gold left and right now. You know, they got the gold shutdown from the tower on bot lane. They got the shutdown from IP wave. They got the shutdown from the shot right now. So they're slowly getting gold back. I mean, still they're in a gold deficit at the moment, but still, you know, if the mistakes continue to happen, or if the gold is gifted, it will only get harder at this point.
Yeah, and they get the gold on the right people. So if you watch the items of the AD carries, it's basically even right now. And mid lane is like 30 CS behind, but I don't think that he needs a lot to get his next item. So, I mean, he has 900 in the bank. I don't know how much he needs. But if Victor has 2 items and their ADC has 2 items, it's getting really close. But obviously, I mean, this is a 6k gold deficit, and Team Genetics is still in prime position to just close out this game.
Exactly.
But to close it out, they need the Nash. So let's see what happens here first. Can they
Roshar
get
will
Rosa?
get ganked by Rel and Zyra, but I don't think she can capitalize. Nice sidestep from Roshar to dodge that Zyra route, so I don't think they can capitalize on this right now. So they will lose a lot of tempo. Right now, Team Genetix pressuring that mid lane tier 2 turret, and will get that successfully, backing out on the bot side to avoid any danger from top side, which Rel and Zyra could have moved to. And right now we're talking about Drake, which will be picked up. Or maybe we'll see a fight forced by Team Genetix. Engage will get down, Victor will get bursted down, but also Rel in the backline from Team Genetix. Urgot will get really close, also ulted by Urgot, but we don't know if we can capitalize. And the first death from MUCHACHOS also pick up from the rest, but Xayah's still alive, trying to make something happen against the world
nice
right
ulti
now.
by Xayah. Yeah, and in the end, we are positive for Team Genetix again. I don't think you saw that, but Zyra made a huge play. She flashed in, she got Django in a route, she ulted him, and basically forced him. And I'm not sure if I saw Wave as well, IP Wave as well, but she forced at least 2 people out of the fight. So huge plays from Zyra, but it just isn't enough. The wallet difference is too big, and Team Genetix get the third Drake here.
Yeah, you're right. I missed that actually, but still, I think the fight in the end was pretty messy because we couldn't. There was like no finishing move on anybody. Everybody was just living on 2 HP basically. So yeah, but in the end there were some pickups, but a lot of sums used, a lot of resources used by both teams. Actually, I think. MUCHACHOS maybe a little bit better right now with the sums. We still have Xayah with Flash Barrier up. Also Rel with Flash up, which could force an engage. And only mid lane from Team Genetix with Flash at the moment.
Yeah, the problem with that is I wanted to talk before the fight about one thing. When do you pull the trigger as MUCHACHOS? So basically, you have 2 items on both of your carries right now. You have 2 items on your jungler and 2 items on your top laner. I think this is a complete item as well. So they are as strong as they will be probably in the next 5 minutes, right? Maybe we get an ADC with an IE, but I just think in general, this was the best chance to get a fight. So I really think it was good to engage here. But now they have like 5 minutes.
Okay, MUCHACHOS need to be careful here. Get engaged by Alistar. Also, Sejuani ult comes out and Zyra will be caught here. TP from Roshar in to catch the Rel. Flash from Void over to secure that kill maybe a little bit. And Rel will go down. And I think we will see a Nash here. Roshar still deep in the fight, will die here. And leave a shutdown again.
Yeah, I think this was a pretty int move, because right now you have still both carries up. Victor could TP in to stop that Nash, and I think Team Genetix wants to force that.
I mean, we have Xayah pushing mid lane. I don't know if they even want to contest that. Or like, I don't know what the call is. We have still mid lane going down. Or mid lane will not get that. No, she will not get it, but also Victor backing off at this point, so they traded the mid lane turret for it and also got the gold shutdown from it, so that's what we talked about before, right? Even if they're out at Nash, there's no point in trying to like force that as 2 people and wasting a TP from Victor. So it's much better to just try to push out the waves, get yourself into position for the next move, keep up the tempo. Right now, dangerous move from Xayah here, but gets out with no problem.
Yeah, so Xayah is really strong, and I think she's probably slightly. She will get IE soon. Like, can you maybe check the gold?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I think she needs 1.3k maybe, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's not. She should probably have it, I think.
Yeah, so she will probably go back soon, get IE, and then the problem is, do you fight now? Because Team Genetix have Nash. They are super strong right now in the game. They have all at least 3 items, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so do you, or only Jin has not free items right now. So do you wanna fight this Drake? And the Drake is not really strong. So maybe Boosted Muchachos does say, hey, you got Nash. We try to defend the towers, but give you the Drake, and then we fight for Elder. I think this is the better decision.
I mean, they
But
could also play around a bit, you know, with the soul, no? Because if they bait it out or dance it a little bit, Muchacho will try to deny it as good as possible, even if it's not the best Drake. But then you have the possibility to send Gragas, you know, top lane, split top, or try to force with the Nash to get the inhibitor turret or break the base open, no?
Yeah, that's an option for sure. So, I mean, it would be really interesting. Drake comes up in 45 seconds, and for me, it looks like they will give it up. Like, they have no vision control. They should make preparations right now, or soon to walk in, sorry, not right now. But Team Genetix, they go top side as well. That's interesting, for sure.
I mean, it's not clear what the plan is. Drake spawns in 20 seconds. And the TP from Rashard just got up as well, so there could be teleport play possible, but could be countered by Urgot immediately. Also has teleport available.
It looks like both teams, or I mean, obviously Team Genetix wants to do it, but it looks like both teams want to fight it. So Rashard has a huge sneak
Zyro
from behind.
very deep again. Will get spotted here and probably immediately killed. Yeah, that was way too overextended by Zyro there. But also lucky position. I don't know if it was lucky, but Roshar definitely got her out of position right there. Victor also engaged now, will be caught as well.
And everything falls apart right now.
And yes, and it's basically doomed at this point. Urgot will try to get IP Wave with the TP in. And right now I think we will see either the Drake decision made by Genetix. Because I don't think they can push like too hard right now.
I mean, you can't. I mean, let's go back in time. Team Genetix got the Nash.
How far?
At the Nash. Team Genetix got the Nash. They get the Drake now. So basically, they got the Nash, and with that, they got the 5th Drake, and they got some kills. Okay, but Boosted Muchachos defended their base, so they got no inhib tower. I don't even think they got one tower, if I'm not mistaken. Or did they get a tower? I think tier 2 bot lane was down already.
Yeah, no, there was no pickups. I think they were preparing for or just walking around in bot side jungle to get vision control, and then basically Zara got called out while they regrouped mid lane.
So basically, we got the Nash, but we didn't get anything else. And now, Urgot in a really difficult situation.
Will be caught out probably.
Yeah,
I don't think there's too much happening, and will be dead here for 50 seconds. But also right now, Roshan needs to be careful. They're moving towards bot side.
I mean, he has vision, so they will not get anything bot lane. But the good thing is they got a pick on top side. They traded it for mid lane tower, but they will get a tier 2 as well. And for Team Genetix, the most important thing right now is to either get full control over the bot side jungle for Elder, or top side jungle for Nash, what will be pretty easy probably. And the most important thing for Boosted Muchachos is just keeping their base alive, because as long as they don't enter their base, I mean, Team Genetix can't siege that well. They have a lot of range, but their sieging is not really that strong, I would say. Or let me rephrase it. Boosted Muchachos can hold really well with Zaya and Victor and Zyro.
Of course, yeah. I think that's still the topic I wanted to talk about, because the base is still unbroken. So there's still like ways to turtle up for Boosted Muchachos. You know, get the waves, get the farm. Even though maybe still losing map-wise, with losing the whole jungle, but I think as long as they're not losing inhibitors, they can still hang on, try to get the farm, try to get the items. We're still only 2 items on Zyra, but right now we see also the engage maybe from Skirmish. Alistair engaging with a huge ult, also huge ult from Rel. And like Jin, they're on the side waiting for like shots. I don't know why he's waiting, but still I think it's not enough for boosted Muchachos. Jin will still make a lot of damage. Xayah now out of position. Nice flash from Void. Void will try to get the Xayah, but I don't think they have the damage with no carry available or in the vicinity, but Jin will clean up afterwards. I think Victor will get the Void as well with a 900 shutdown and an ace for Team Genetix.
Yeah, and that should be GG. 17 seconds actually, it's maybe only an inhib tower. Good fight for Team Genetix, but I want to reiterate that the fights do not look clean if you just look at the gold. So we went from 7 to 9k, but it's always on that 7 to 9k margin for the last like 10 minutes. So Team Genetix got what they came for though. They got the mid lane inhib, so they have pressure on one lane now. They can go back to the Nash and soon to the Elder Drake. Oh, Elder Drake is in 230. Oh, what is the blue? Oh, it's the blue buff. Okay,
Yeah,
I agree. So, so I didn't look right, but Team Genetix want to get the Nash right now to afterwards get the Elder Drake. But if you look at the items, Victor just finished his 4th item, if I'm not mistaken, and Xayah for sure just finished her all the LDR.
Yes.
If it's still called that. So Xayah is super strong, and you saw in the fight, like, Boosted Muchachos, they can win if their carries survive.
Of course. Yeah, I think the fights are still a little bit messy, especially if we see like the carries like maybe being a little bit out of position or not positioned perfectly to like follow up on their gauges. We had like the Jin ult, but still from a bit far away, so he needed to walk to get out the DPS or even use his flash. So again, like Jin with no flash available for the next fight. But we will see right now Team Genetix dancing around Nash.
I mean, there are not a lot of flashes available, but the Rel has flash, so I'm looking at her.
Zyra as well, Zyra as well. Okay, we need to be careful right now for the fight.
So let's see what happens here. Okay, Team Genetix started Nash, but they stopped it right now. And this gives free time for Boosted Muchachos to push out the mid lane. They have the wave control, they could even push further, but they decide to chill for now. How is it looking bot side? Okay. And you see the Urgot, it looks still hard, but I mean, it's not too bad for him. He can clear the wave. It's a stalemate right now.
I mean, Team Genetix got a reset. Maybe they wanted some items. I unfortunately didn't catch that if there was like a core item bought. But right now we are on 32nd Elder Drake. And a favorable position for Muchachos with Vision setting up. But I don't know if Roshar is here able to win that fight actually. Has his face rush procced, but is running for his life in the base.
I mean, he does not have to win the fight, he just needs to get out.
Yeah, they lost a lot of time again.
Yeah. So Boosted Muchachos, they need to push out the mid wave, and then they need to be fast, because Team Genetix has I mean, they do not have the fastest Elder, but it will melt for sure. I mean, Jin has 5 items now.
I mean, they're starting it immediately. No vision from Muchachos. Blue Trinket comes out. And Urgot is trying to get a flank off here, but I don't know if they're going for a split position right now. Zyra spotted out. I don't know if they will hard engage on her. Exactly what they do. Zyra will pop here, but Void dies for the kill. Roshar will pick up Zyra, but also pay with his life. So it's still 2-for-2 trade, and I don't think that Genetix can continue this Drake. Both carries right now get caught by the Rel ult. And will have to back off here.
Yeah, I mean, this is really good for Boosted Muchachos. They get the Elder Drake, they get him.
Base. Okay, TP from IP Wave into
Can
base.
Stop him?
But counter TP from Ding. Probably not stopped by Ripsy, but
Ripsy
trying to like deny Elder Drake right now, but probably will pay with his life here, but still doing a lot of damage, stalling for a lot of time. IP Wave right now coming in hot, trying to deny that Elder Drake, of course.
Oh, who will get it? Who will get it? Who will get it?
Okay, so I get it. And both will die, unfortunately, to that Elder pickup. So really, really messy. But in the end, does anybody get it? Yes, Victor has it, and
Victor
Rel.
and Rel.
Yes,
I mean, this is an absolute banger. I see here that there will be oh, I forgot the word in English. A commercial break in 4 minutes. X, just that you keep that in
there,
mind.
there will be.
Yeah, maybe you can stop that.
Oh wait, I know what you mean. Okay, wait, let me hang on. I try to stop it. Okay. Maybe
Yeah,
one of if one of the mods can also stop it. If anybody
yeah,
is
I don't know
available.
how. But for sure, okay. But Boots and Muchachos, they have the Elder Drake. They are really strong right now. They got their items. They do the Nash, and Team Genetics, they don't have mid laners, so they will concede it. And X, that's the problem that I talked with you about. Their AD carry deals so much more. He deals so much damage while our AD carry has like 4 shots and then he needs to wait. Or you talked about it before. We have Jin ulting, and you're saying why does he wait? But he waits for the perfect moment to execute somebody. But in these times, champions like Zaya, they will just melt the
I
other
mean
champions.
that's really the thing. We have like Zarya, which can do a lot of DPS, has like also LDR on her right now. So basically with the tanks, you want that DPS, and of course you have Jin with a lot of DPS, but if you have him ulting, there's like the DPS will really fall off against if you compare it to a Zarya, which also have like of course a lot of utility with her ult to like get out of shitty situations, and if the Jin gets ulted, he's really in a bad spot. But right now maybe also Jin with a flash available right now. Both supports having no flash, only the Hextech flash available. And
Yeah, and I
Victor.
mean, as Team Genetics, you need to be really careful now because one lost team fight and the game is over. So they got good poke on the Zaya, but Boost and Muchachos, they are in prime position to win this game now. Like they got everything that they wanted. They got the the items that they need on the Victor. They got full item build on Zaya, and now their carries are online. And the only thing that Team Genetics, or not the only thing, but one thing that they need to stop do is focus the Zyro. The Zyro is useless right now. The point where Zyro will be really strong is over. She's just a supportive character now. So Team Genetics, they need to play as a team, but here goes Razar with a good
Oh, a
engage.
little bit miscomment, but there's like 5 people bot side, and also like Muchachos is moving to that, but I don't think anybody will die for that.
No, it looks really messy. So in the end, Urgot loses his flash. That's the only thing, and I think Team Genetics is also fine with that. They don't lose a lot, but here is the engage. We go onto the Elixir, boost the Muchachos, still burns the Alistair through the ult, but they have bad positioning on the side versus the way, but it doesn't matter. So they get the Alistar. Damage is just too much, and Team Genetics does not have enough damage to counter that.
I mean, we have still a lot of pressure from Muchachos here to the tier 2 tower, but we also see Urgot walking onto top side, trying to get something going there. And a little bit of skirmishes in the jungle.
Yeah, Booster Muchachos, they play the map really well. They got what they came for. Again, they get the top tower. They will get the mid lane tower as well, I think. Yeah. So, and we have a dead even game. After 40 minutes, the gold is even. And Team Genetics, they are looking at a big throw right now. So they will be scared. So, Mr. X-Breaker,
Yes.
if you were in the position of Team Genetics, like you have full build since the ADC is like full build for like 10 minutes, and you know the fights are hard, how would you communicate with the team right now? What would you tell them?
I mean, it's difficult, because I think late game is probably one of the hardest parts to play, I think in the end, I think it's we have Drake coming up, the next one. So I think it's important to have, or maybe we can get a catch. I think most efficient would be, you know, somebody making a mistake, trying to get that catch off. I think best case scenario would be that Xayah makes some mistakes, dies, and then the situation would be different. But it's difficult, you know.
So Victor just finished his Rabadons.
Okay, we have another engage, this time on Urgot. I think if that's Xayah also really out of position, maybe there it will not be capitalized. Jin will try to chase her and basically one-shot her, so this is basically the mistake that we've been waiting for. So no Xayah right now. I don't know what the hell she was doing there. But basically what I talked about, you know, one mistake from Xayah and there's like one important carry for Muchachos down.
Yeah, and I think you see Ripsy here with the Warmox, he will just heal up, and Muchachos are in a bad spot right now. So do they contest or will they just
they will try to get tempo in by pushing mid lane. Also like trying to get the wave on top side to maybe force something onto base, but I don't think it will be fast enough. We have Nash coming up in 35 seconds.
Yeah, so it looks like they want to get the pressure so that they can't do the Nash instantly, but Team Genetix with a really good pick, a really strong engage, get Desire, get the Elder Drake, and now they need to go for the finish because Victor has full item build, Xayah has full item build, and even top lane. So the gold doesn't matter anymore. It's just about the items, and we have a hardcore late game carry in Xayah and Victor that are ready to carry the game.
I just want to point out we have people falling asleep in the stream because nobody wants to make a mistake, and both teams are waiting for the correct move. So I think I can understand that it's dragged out, but of course in this type of situations, if you do a mistake, if too many people die, it would just basically be game over, and nobody wants to lose the game at this point. But Nash will be picked up. Maybe we will see a fight breaking out at this point, but I don't think that Muchachos can do much. So Nash pick up by Team Genetix.
Yeah, Booster Muchachos, they need to be careful right now because one engage from Void, so from the Sejuani, or Alistar or Gorgas, and the game is over. And you have a Jin, and he can ult from far away, and he can kill you instantly. So Jin is super strong. You saw how he just one-shot Desire.
Exactly, of course, that's the danger for Muchachos, of course. But for both teams, I think every mistake right now will cost them the game. So, of course, it will be played very careful. But still, we're going down mid lane right now, trying to get that inhib.
Yeah, so boosted Muchachos, they did a really smart play. They pushed out the side wave. So you see now, Team Genetix, they will get the mid lane inhib, but the mid lane inhib is, at this stage, it's basically worth nothing. Because they will always, before an objective spawns, they will go through mid lane, push out the wave, and then go to the objective. But top and bot lane, they pushed out the waves before, so I think that the Elder Drake should go away rather soon. Maybe you can click on someone and
I mean, it's. I think it's like gone, basically. Yes.
Yeah, it's gone now. So now that the Elder Drake is gone, the question is, will Booster Muchachos fight the Nash? And it looks like they want.
Yeah, they really want. They're looking for an engage right now, but I don't think they find anything. Rel still with no flash at the moment. How about Zyra? Yes, Zyra also waiting for her flash. So they will try to get the bot inhib, which they will do in the end. So I think both teams right now on the verge. I don't know if they want to reset or keep going. They still have Nash buff, but also, like you said, mid lane wave pushed out.
Yeah, so,
and Jin
so
ulting.
we have the Jin ult.
Nobody covering for, but there's also Zyra looking for Jin, but will get killed or will get raided. But I think IP Wave and Jungle on the verge of dying. Both carries.
Xayah all in here. Xayah will get the mid laner. Can she get the ADC? That's the question. No, she cannot, and that will.
I mean, IP Wave dead, but Jungle's still alive, trying to get out the DPS as much as possible. And there will be kills left and right. Rel dying, Urgot also dying, and I think this will be game for Team Genetix.
Yeah, so it was really messy, and it was close to a loss, but they did it in the end. They still have the flashes to kill the Jin, to kill the Victor. Sorry, and they will do it. So was a wild game, but 1-0 to Team Genetix.
Yeah, man, it was a great game to watch. Of course, intense late game. For that part, the really crazy game, and I think what do you think?
Yeah,
What happened?
Can you maybe show the what is it called? The stats?
Stats. I can only show them for us, unfortunately.
Oh, you can show them on screen? Okay.
No, I need to. Where the fuck is it? Oh, here. No, I can't actually.
You
I'm
can't.
sorry.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. So we had an early 7K gold lead, and we got shit on later on. Let's be honest. Booster Muchachos played it really well. They had their moments. We had our moments, and I think we deserved to win in the end. But I think this is a pattern that I see at Team Genetix a lot. They don't force enough. So what I would love to see from Team Genetix is when you are 7K gold ahead, then just force some things. You have Alistar, you have Sejuani, you can just dive in. Oh, I see they want to go into the next one.
Yeah,
but
apparently we're not stopping.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. Let's just keep the flow going. Okay. So basically, we need to be more aggressive in these kind of situations, because if you are not more aggressive, then you see what can happen. You do one mistake, you do two mistakes, you do three mistakes, and then bam, enemies get Elder Drake, enemies get Nash, they are back. And I think Team Genetix only won this game because they got a huge catch on the Xayah, which was a huge mistake from her part as well. Because if she positions normally, then they will lose the fight there. And then obviously versus Nash and Elder Drake, they can defend, they lose the inhib tower, they get poked out, and then it's hard for Booster Muchachos to play the game. But from a team that is 1-7, I'm rather surprised at how well they are playing.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, they played it really good, even though like making good decisions in mid game, you know, to minimize. Of course, there were mistakes. I don't think we need to speak about that, but I think in the end they played it really good. Like also minimizing the damage. Of course, like I said, I think that the thing that killed Muchachos is the mistakes that happened with the catches. And of course, also with the Zyra jungle, it's very difficult to play, I think, or I could imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. But why don't we do a short break until we are in the champ select? I don't think that it's that interesting to start with the bands, you know, like maybe do a 5-minute break so I can get something to drink.
Okay.
And then we can go to the next one.
Yep, then we do a really quick break. We will be back in a short time, as soon as they start.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I will take over if Yuma is going to get his break, his well-deserved break, so I'm doing the champs.
I'm back!
Okay, he's already back, so
rip
forget what I said.
Users.
Yes, rip. Okay, so we have this time Team Genetix on blue side and Buses Muchachos on red side. And we see basically the same bans from both teams as of right now. So we have Trist, Corky and Ivan banned, and Acrostarius from Muchachos. So nothing changed yet. And Jin ban, I don't know if Jin was banned last game. No, because they played it obviously, XD. What was banned from Muchachos?
Muchachos, they banned Talia before.
Talia,
so,
yes, okay, so Talia open available for first pick, but it's not gonna get picked up. We're gonna go with the Ashe for first pick. I don't know, do we still play her for support or no?
I mean, it's a possibility. Ashe support
Okay.
is still viable, I would say. Not that common anymore, but still viable. But it's probably going to Django here.
Okay. Alright, we're going with the Urgot again for top lane of Muchachos. So basically same pick and early reveal from him. So still the possibility to basically go Gragas like on B2 or even B3. I don't know, but if it's smart. Yuma is the champ select pro.
No, I'm not. I'm really
Yeah,
not.
okay.
I don't understand why you want to have red side if you pick Urgot top lane here that early, and they pick Rumble. So
Rumble jungle or what do you do? I mean, if it's mid lane, you basically have both last picks like exposed right now.
you can have Rumble as support as well.
Okay.
And I normally would say it's Urgot top. I mean, it's pretty sure Urgot top lane, but I'm just not sure if they can flex it maybe to somewhere else. Like, you never know with these kinds of teams, right? If I watch the OPGG of the enemies, let's see. Yeah, so the top laner is pretty much an Urgot one trick. This season at least. So I think it's Urgot top, pretty sure. And then we have the Rumble, and does not look like they play Rumble somewhere. So I don't know what that is all about. Oh, looks like the jungler plays Rumble, yeah. There's 5 games.
Okay, so we're gonna get Rumble jungle in this case.
Yeah, it looks like top jungle and AD carry picked. And from our side, we picked the Sion versus the Urgot. It's a fine matchup. You can just farm up. And we have the Y, so we have a lockdown for the Ezreal and hard engage. Yeah, I mean, it looks good for both sides because you have the Sion and the Y and the Ashe that wants to engage.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you are really slippery as Ezreal, and if they engage, you can hard counter with Rumble, right? You just ult on top of yourself, and they will burn.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a Vi for a Void in the jungle for Team Genetix, and the Ezreal picked up right now by Muchachos. Ezreal was banned before, right? So they picked it on R3 right now. Rel banned for Team Genetix, Orianna banned as the game before, and Talia right now getting banned for Muchachos. And the last ban from Team Genetix will be probably maybe also like focus towards support, maybe eventually. Yes.
Yeah. So they banned the Braum because it's really good against the Ashe. Just he can stay in front of her and she does basically 0 damage. And boost Muchachos, yeah, now it's interesting. Will they go with the support and last pick mid lane? Or will they
I mean,
pick
Leona
mid lane
would be okay, I think. Also against I would say Leona would be decent. Also with Ezreal, I think it's an okay lane.
For me, it looks like a really similar comp.
Yes.
Similar comp to last game.
Exactly.
It's the same. They want to do the same as before. They have the Leona. They have a strong AD carry. Maybe not as the damage will not come as consistent as before. But if he hits the Qs, he will do a lot of damage.
Okay, we still have a lot of engaged tools on Team Genetix like before, right? We're missing the Gragas, maybe missing some AP damage.
It looks like a similar type of
Yes.
game. Like we have Same
So he
idea
has to
as
blind.
before.
He has to blind pick here, and he's going with Ari. Okay.
Let's hope he does not have the faker skin.
Yes. As
Yeah.
right.
And boosted muchachos, what will they go on mid lane? Do they have something to surprise us? That's the big question right now. It will certainly not be Yumi. Jarvan. So it will be the Rumble
In the mid lane, no?
or the Jarvan mid versus
lane?
the Ahri.
Okay, that would be crazy.
Okay, so let's analyze this really quickly. When I watch their OPGG, their mid laner, where is he? So their jungler has no Jarvan games and looks like he will stay in the mid lane. And their mid laner, he has no Jarvan games, but he has not a lot of games anyways. But he plays this kind of assassin, so he plays Nafiri, he plays Akali. So I guess he wants maybe to go full lethality Jarvan and just one-shot people.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought as well. No, because the only, I mean, he could go AD, but I think if he wants to go full lethality, he could actually, you know, get into the backline, one-shot the Ahri, one-shot the Ashe. Maybe also a little bit also deny like the Vi engage, but I don't know if that will work out.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they want to blow up the Ashe. So basically, you have Jarvan ulting the Ashe when she has no flash, and then the Rumble ult will come on top of that, and she's just dead. Maybe an Ezreal ulti as well. It like Milkshake, sorry, said in the chat, let them cook. And he cooked really hard. The only question is it a fine dining cooking? Like, is it clean or is it just burnt?
I mean, listen. If we will see if he ults, and if there is soup in the Cataclysm, or if they will serve a 5-star meal in the Cataclysm. But I guess that overlighting, that fucking transition was ass. But but yeah, we will see. I guess. I mean, still, if we go over the matchups again, like this last game, what would you say? Starting from top lane.
Yeah, so I think top lane is it will be like before. It will be a farm matchup. I don't think that Zion is as egregious as Kragos, so he will not have the poke to worry about the Urgot. I think Urgot will be fine. Let's say it like that. And Zion, he will just farm up and be really strong as well. I don't think that Urgot can do a lot versus him. So it's a farm matchup. In the jungle, both junglers were pretty passive last game, so I don't expect them to invade. And I don't think that it's good for either side to invade this time, because Rumble, he can one-shot the Y, don't get me wrong, he has the damage, but the problem is if he does not, then he's fucked because he can't get out of the jungle. And Y versus a Rumble, if he overheats, it's hard. So I think it will be Rumble will just farm, Y will farm, try to get some ganks in and see what happens. Mid lane, don't ask me. Or what do you think?
I mean, the thing is, the early game damage from J4 can be scary, you know. Especially you have the charm. I'm not sure, but I think if you time the charm right, after the Jarvan EQ, it will not get through. He will be...
Yeah, you can cancel it.
Exactly. So I think if he times that correctly, but it will be hard, even if he does it through minion waves, so it will be difficult. Maybe we even see a losing lane for Ahri against the Jarvan if he plays it well, because, you know, with the passive damage, I think Jarvan can actually manage. But I think still, you can play it right with Ahri, you know, you can not push, try to freeze it early on, so the Jarvan basically gets 0 farm, so he's forced to engage, call his jungle, whatever. So you can play it. It's playable for sure.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate something that I said before. So I think the Jarvan will go. He will go the AD. He will not go full lethality. So he will go. What is the item called? Sundered Sky probably, and he will go the beefy Jarvan that you know from the jungle, and just try to be annoying for the Ashe. So if we talk about win conditions now, As you see, I think the mid lane matchup plays a huge role, because if Ori is ahead, I mean they have Leona and they have Jarvan, but no one will be able to touch Ori because she's so slippery, right? So if Ori's ahead, she's a huge win condition. And on the other side, it's Jarvan, because if the Jarvan is ahead and strong and can just ulti Ashe and she will die and she will be a non-factor every fight,
Yep.
then it looks really, really good for boosted muchachos.
Okay, I think matchup wise we didn't speak about bot lane. What do you think bot lane wise?
Yeah, so I think it's actually the same as before. So as in Leona, you don't really want to engage, because the problem is, let's say Leona engages an Ashe, okay? The Alistar will probably just try to knock her up, like zone her, and then the problem becomes that the Leona, she will never be able to run away from an Ashe, right? Ashe will perma slow her. So you don't want to be the engage. But on the other hand, as an Alistar, if you engage into an Ezreal, you will not catch him. And the Leona can stun you and chase you down as well from Ezreal, right? They can poke you from far away.
Yep.
So in the end, my point is, I don't think that there will be a lot of action bot side. Funny enough, I say that, but both supports picked Ignite. So it looks like they want to fight, they want to get the Prio, but let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely. We're working with some
technical issues here.
technical difficulties, but I'm trying to work on them as fast as possible. I'm really scared to alt F4 it, but
Alt F4 is bad, I think.
yeah, I think as well. So we just keep our patience and yeah, if Team Genetics goes to 0 at this point, they will still be group first, right? Or so is this basically playoff secured? I don't know how far actually we are in the season.
Yeah, so there are 8 teams in one group. So we have 7 enemies. So basically you can go 14-0, or you have 14 games. And when I see correctly, if we are 9-1, we could go 9-5. So playoffs are not secured right now.
Okay.
But it looks really good. So if we win this one and then we get 2 wins out of 4, what should be possible, then yeah, it looks fine. But we still play the X Loop. They are a team that is 6-0 right now. And they look really strong as well. So, and we play them actually in the last game of the season.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
the next game is versus. We play versus Boosted Muchachos now, and next game we play versus Claw, and Claw is 4th. They are 4-4. Okay, but we loaded into the game. We are in game right now.
Finally. And okay.
There's a pause.
Unfortunate, but yes, what?
Sorry, it's a game at the newest possible time.
That's a good question. I think so.
I think if you can.
No, I can't actually.
Okay, then it's fine.
No, I can't.
I think it will. If they have a longer pause, it will just unpause earlier for us if you are behind. But it's good. Okay,
Are
so
you sure? That would make no sense. I mean, well, technically.
I think you are right, but I don't know why my head says that it worked like that sometime ago.
Yeah, but I mean, if we speak technical, you know, there's like if they can't skip the pause because then we'll be like the time of the pause ahead.
No, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. I mean if we are behind because we loaded later or something like this.
Okay, I don't know if that the game registers that. Anyway, okay, we have a Doran Shield start by Jarvan. So makes sense, of course. I don't know if he even could go dagger with a little bit more pots, but I don't know if that would be an option, actually.
I think you want to have the Doran shield, so you get the what is it called? The you help me out here, X.
You mean the passive?
Yeah, so that you get
the
health
health back. Yes, of course. I mean the client or the game is griefing us right now. Okay, there we go. Finally. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Make totally sense, but I mean, it's
The
good, but
regen, basically.
I think yes, but I think still you can play. You can still play around it a little bit. I think the goal, or if I would have to play this matchup, I would probably try to like get the Jarvan to push the lane in, and then just basically freeze it, so that he cannot, and then just poke him, and you can basically freeze the wave forever here, and he will lose a lot of resources. So he has to engage, he has to call jungler. So if Ari is not like constantly auto attacking, he can basically maybe pull it back a little bit and punish him but it depends how he would play it. I usually do that a lot with like melee champions, but as I said, I'm not good at the game anymore. I don't know if that even works for that matchup, but I guess we will see.
Yeah, let him cook. Let's see what he does. And we have we have both junglers again pathing through bot side. So both want to be at the action. It looks like this game will be bot side focus as well. So I mean, last game Razor had a huge lead, so we could play around top pretty easily, I would say. We didn't do it though, but it was an option. But this game, Sion versus Urgot, should just be a farm lane. And you see that the Urgot helped out Rumble, so he has a faster clear. I don't think that Rumble is a fast clear by any means. Before he has like 3 levels and he can overheat. But he helped him out. Good guy top laner, and now they both jungle bot, and we just have to keep an eye on what happens bot side. Which bot lane takes the push.
I mean, we have early push from MUCHACHOS.
Yes. But I think it's too hard pushed, so the wave will probably bounce back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's basically, yeah. It's getting back also, maybe farm even. 2 minions lost. And Rumble will make his way into mid lane. Leona moving as well early on. So maybe we'll see an early gank right here. Flash from top lane. But we need to keep an eye on mid lane. Rumble going in. Also Leona would be ready. I don't know if she was spotted.
Yeah, I think she's too long away now. But Rumble lost a lot of tempo here. Ezreal will not lose anything. I think this was a really smart call by Booster Muchachos. They had the wave pushed in bot lane. They basically lost nothing for it. I hope they didn't lose.
Actually, I think Muchachos should have reset it. Maybe.
Not necessarily for what.
Don't you think? Because Ezreal could have got the tier early on.
Are you sure?
Yeah, like 4 on the go.
After 2 waves?
I don't actually know if it's enough, but
I don't think it was enough. 2 waves is not enough, but Ripsy really aggressive here.
Flash from Alistair within.
Nice
also with Leona flash, but Ripsy would die here, but will first blood for Void.
Yeah, so Ripsy with a huge double lockup, but was nicely countered by boosted Muchachos. The jungler skipped wolves, came bot lane, and now the question is, will he die
Void
for it?
going on Rumble, but missed. Okay, but crazy also for Team Genetix, another pickup basically for free.
Yeah, I mean, don't think that Rumble could have played it any worse, to be honest. He didn't use Q, he had no flash, I guess, but he missed the E.
Yep. Also right now, Rashar against the Urgot with no flash. Flashing in, we're killing maybe with Q.
Yeah, with Q.
Available, clean, and also Jarvan needs to be careful here. Ripsy on the way, Q from Ari, and basically free kill at this point. So well played from Team Genetix so far, I think.
Yeah, again a huge start. So IP wave, it all started from the roam, right? From Leona and Rumble. IP wave didn't overextend, played it patiently, and from there we have again a huge start from Team Genetix. It's 5 minutes into the game, 1.5k gold lead, top lane winning hard again, and now it's just a question: can they do what they didn't do in the last game? and that's finished the game a little bit faster.
And keeping it clean. I think that was the
Yes.
most important part. So we have how is it called? Wind Drake? No, what is it called?
Uh,
It doesn't matter. Wind Drake.
bro,
Okay.
what? We are so out of the game. It's
Yes,
crazy. Wait,
it's,
it's Ocean Soul. It's Wind. That's Wind. No, that's Wind.
It's
Wind
Wind.
Drake.
It's Wind.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Jesus
No
Christ.
clue. Yeah, that's why we just cast and don't play. Yeah. Basically.
We shouldn't cast. We should try to play.
Crazy.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
here,
IP Wave
fine.
against Rumble found him in the jungle, getting a little bit of damage outside, so they know he knows his spot, it's spot side. He know his spot side. That would be the sentence. Also Void staying on bot side. Now huge wave for bot lane against Muchachos, and Jarvan trying to engage, and a really nice charm. So that's really the thing. Ari can basically trade back the damage that Jarvan will put out in the time, even if he misses it. So, and it looks like he's, I don't even know if he can tell already if he's going lethality or not.
I think he goes to Sundered Sky. So the problem right now for Booster Muchachos is last game they got the Cushing because they got the first wreck, right? So they basically bought 5 minutes extra until Elder spawned.
Yep.
But right now, Team Genetix has the early lead. They got the first wreck. They will get the crabs, the void crabs as well. Because you see again, what they do really good is when they get the Drake, they instantly swap the lanes. So you have Sion going down. He can't be dove. Like even if they dive him, he will just clear the wave. And now you have a problem as Booster Muchachos because you are behind
Ripsy,
the
nice
tempo.
interrupt on the Urgot and Ignite also, and I think he will be dead for sure.
Yeah, I mean, this is just hard to watch. Midokami, Urgot, he can't play the game. Like, he plays versus Razor, he gets shit on the whole time. He wants to push in the wave, he gets cancelled, and now they have a real problem.
Oh, Ash ult from top side, which hits Jarvan, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and now everything breaks down.
Yes.
And here, he will die as well. He has no flash up yet. So he will just get picked up, Urgot down, and now it's 7-1 after 7 minutes. They get everything. Look, they will even zone the Urgot.
Oh, that was a mistake
actually,
there. Django needs to flash. He also gets caught with the Leona E. And again, a little bit dangerously played by Django. That was
greedy played by Django.
I didn't even know he was greedy. He just the auto attack basically made him aggro the tower. No,
and they stole one grub at least
with Ezreal. That was
with Ezreal,
crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't see that.
You want to go back or what?
No, but I can.
Okay. No, you don't have to. Yeah. So they have vision about. They have vision around, so they know when it gets low. And Ezreal with a really good timing here. Looks like. Oh damn!
That was crazy.
Perfectly timed, and they get something back again. So Team Genetix play the fights really good. They get the leads, and then unfortunately they can't keep it that clean. But in the end, it's not too bad. They got the Drake, they got 2 grubs, they got what they came for basically, at least 2. And now they will go back what again.
I mean, still we have a still good tempo plays on Team Genetix side. Of course, with the 2 mistakes that happened, or like 1 mistake that happened. But in the end, still everything looking good. And yeah, like we mentioned, Urgot not in the state to play that game, unfortunately.
And I had the feeling last game as well, but the ADC of Booster Muchachos plays the game really good. So again, he's ahead in CS. He was ahead like 10 to 20 CS last game as well. And he's there, bright spot right now. Like every lane is losing except bot lane. He's keeping the farm up. He stole the grubs, and he is the player that needs to be shut down for Team Genetix to win this game.
Ripsy finding Leona here and will be killed for sure. Don't know
Yeah,
why
and
she was waiting. Maybe they wanted to capitalize, but they didn't expect like the jungler and the mid laner to be there. And IP Wave and Void moving to mid lane now to defend from the Ezreal.
yeah, and I mean IP Wave is again super strong. He's 3-0, he has his first item. Oh, Jarvan going
Jarvan
in here.
engaging, Rumble also flashing forward. Jungle really needed to kite here, but does not have enough damage to turn it around, unfortunately. Ripsy now on the run from Jarvan.
Oh.
Maybe trying some fancy feats. Void is here also to capitalize. Nice ult flash from Void. Trying to capitalize on that Rumble, but Ripsy now needs to be careful to not die. I don't know if I can actually win the fight here with Leona. And being 1 HP, Ripsy picks up the kill, but unfortunately trades his life for it. And Void now trying to push out the wave, but we see a TP incoming from Jarvan, so they're still out for blood. Void has a wave, but sees the Jarvan right now, and probably knows that he is dead. Maybe will try to get out, but will get uninterrupted by Leona.
A really
And
messy game.
Top
and
side
top lane-
dies as well. Can trade, but loses the shutdown, I think. Wait, let me check. Yeah, he got 200. Oh, that's why. Okay. Top side maybe did not have a shutdown.
No, not yet. But in the end, every time when you are losing in the game, you want to make the game messy. You want to trade the kill there, here, there, and try to keep the farm up. So boosted muchachos, I'm gonna be honest, the Jarvan pick is not working out like they wanted it probably for now. But he gets the engage on bot side, he gets the kill, and they make the game scrappy and they get something back. And that's the important thing for boosted muchachos now. Like, just don't get too far behind.
I mean, still, we talked about the game being messy. Maybe, or like Team Genetix should not or avoid trying to do mistakes. But again, we see like a lot of kills left and right by not respecting like certain topics. Again, jungle really early, or like there's like no reason for the 8 carry to stand there. But comes out eventually, has to burn his cleanse. Ezreal ult is incoming, maybe dies from the Drake here. But his team can't clean
Django's
up.
running!
Django's really running.
Yeah, and again,
It's small things like that, you know what I mean?
it really looks like the last game. So every time I think Django has maybe oversteps his boundaries a little bit, but his team follows up really quick and they get the super engage here from Ripsy, Void, and Razar. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, maybe we need to be careful. Void secures the Drake, but now it's 2 against 3. IP Wave is here. Maybe they can turn it around. Alistair
Okay,
will
they get the support.
immediately also.
They get
Vi
the jungle.
dies. Oh, it was really clean fight from Boosted Muchachos.
Yeah.
Was close, but could trade 3 kills for that. For a
So
Drake.
Boosted Muchachos with a huge call to go and contest it. I didn't think that they would be able to, but they actually went. And they got 3 kills, which is really good. And they will get at least 2 drops, I think. And now Team Genetix is in a spot where they were ahead so hard. They got the Drake, they got what they came for, but they will lose the drop advantage. And Boosted Muchachos has 4 now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay, Razar with no flash, no ulti, Rumble is coming up. He should die. But on the bot side, here's an engage.
Yeah, Django
On Ash.
eating a lot of damage, needs to be careful here, but I think everybody's here. Nice charm from IP Wave. Leona will
better
be
buffer.
dead.
You saw the buffer from Ezreal?
Yeah. That was insane. But you can do that
Yeah.
basically with everything. You can also do
Yeah.
that with Blitzcrank Q.
Yeah, I know, but Ezreal really with a huge game. Razar dies overstepping, and it feels like we talk about this the whole series. It's every time Team Genetix does a good play, then we see overstepping somewhere else, and the only consistent players that I see right now is really the Ezreal.
Yeah, he's
Like
doing
he's-
a really good job. You know, he's almost like 30 CS ahead with his Triforce finished almost, or like stacking up his tier, slowly getting there. So it's for sure dangerous, you know.
Did the Leona die before?
Where? Yes, on the
on
turret,
the-
yes.
Ah, okay, she died. Okay, but he nearly kept her alive because he ate the charm
Yep.
as well. So.
Yeah.
Big props. Let's see if he can carry the game. He has his, like you said, he has his item nearly stacked up. The tiers will probably be stacked once you get the items for it. And now they play for bot side. So will they dive? Does not look like it.
I mean, still they're doing a lot of bot side pressure. Muchachos trying to roam mid lane now, so IP Wave needs to be careful. Alistair is in the vicinity, but still 3 people on the roam. I don't know if they want to actually force a fight here. Ripsy also looking to help out here. Void also in the position to help. And Roshar doing bot side work.
Oh, it's actually full lethality, Jarvan.
Yeah, I thought so. It's like I was just about to say.
Jesus. So okay. So when Ashe will not have flash, she will just
Insta
probably
pop,
die.
yes. I mean, Ari as well, probably. She cannot. Okay, we see topside engage from Vi and Ashe Arrow, but oh, we'll flash it. An unfortunate combo from Ripsy, but I mean, it is what it is. It happens.
It's a classic.
And Muchachos about to move, so they cannot push further. I don't think that tower will go anywhere exactly. But still a lot of pressure from Roshar, which will try to dive this Jarvan. Now it has to flash out of the Cataclysm, unfortunately.
Yeah, so if I were boosting Muchachos, I will not keep the Jarvan against the Sign. Like Sign is full tank, you have a full lethality Jarvan, you don't want to keep him, and yeah, now they swap the lanes.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what
But
you
still,
need
I
to
mean,
do.
he burned his flash. I mean, was a of course it was a Dolphin, but
I mean, it was a mistake from Razor, basically. Like, you don't have to do anything there. He's 1 HP. You just let him back,
yeah.
maybe get one more
True.
wave.
My Genetix looking right now to capitalize on the Urgot basically pushing out of this mind. I don't know he had any vision, so they capitalize on the overextend from him. Ripsy.
Yeah, and it's a game of catches here.
Yes,
so,
exactly.
Or a game of mistakes. So everybody does a lot of mistakes, and it's just about who does less mistakes. And here,
Exactly.
Ripsy with a huge flank. Oh, but he is careful.
Yeah, needs to be careful, but Roshar would be in the area to support, but they will decide to back off, so Drake still 10 seconds on Drake. I don't know if they will force a fight here. Ripsy still looking for the flank. Also Void with the engage and ult now from Ashe, and they will just play it from to back. Leona now will go down, and I don't know if they can capitalize. A lot of damage from the Ezreal ult.
Yeah, and Urgot is up, and he will TP. So he will be behind them, and the question is,
Okay.
can they re-engage?
But Team Genetix is walking forward, trying to capitalize now on the Rumble a little bit out of to the side, and they just outwalk the Urgot, but they still need to be careful from the Ezreal damage. But they can just kill the Urgot right now. I think they played it well. Played it really well. Urgot now dying, and Ezreal last man standing. I think it was really well played. They just outrun the Urgot. They didn't even know if they had information or if they knew that he was behind. So they just pushed forward so that he can basically do nothing and capitalize on the fight.
I mean, Team Genetics, with a good fight, they did exactly what they need to do. They killed someone while Urgot was still dead. And now they get paid for it, basically, with the break. Oh,
IP Wave needs to be careful here. Eating a lot of damage from the Ezreal, still should have his combo available soon. Ripsy gets spotted here, needs to be careful as well. I don't know if
he will die. He will
die for sure.
But
unfortunate pickup, but yeah, was spotted by the ward.
a greedy recall.
Yes.
And like we said, it's a game of mistakes. A lot of mistakes in these games, and everybody gets catched left and right.
Jungle needs to be careful. Gets out with QSS, but eats a lot of damage, which will... Okay, Ashe ulti, but I don't think it will matter too much. Yeah, another QSS burned, unfortunately, so Django with no sums at the moment.
Yes, and Django is the... Yeah, I mean, he is the one that would be focused every fight. I have a question from Minik
Yes.
in the DMs. um, no, so it's not from Minik. It's from someone else. I will not drop the name. But someone asked, "What is front to back?" So front to back means basically that you put your tank in the front line, and he will just absorb the damage, and you will have your back line. So the AD carry mid lane deal damage from behind. That's a front to back team fight. You can also have a team fight that is not front to back. So you basically maybe have someone diving the back line while other fight somewhere else, or yeah, you just don't move as a unit. If you move as a unit, you basically say it's a front to back fight. You want to hit their tank while they hit your tank, and if you don't have a front to back fight, you try to kill their ADC maybe with your combo. So if you watch our team, we don't necessarily want to do front to back because Ari will go into their backline and they want to go on our as well. But I think we can fight front to back now with Dash.
Of course, I mean also if the problem with front to back is that the enemy carries of course will stay alive during the whole fight, so you need to be prepared to deal with them as soon as possible. Jarvan will be caught here. I think it was a nice TP from IP Wave.
Wow.
Good
Yeah,
catch.
so that's the problem with the pick, right? So if you get hit one time with something, you are
Django
like,
needs to be careful here.
no sums on him. They're starting Nash, they want the Urgot to TP. He has no TP actually. So can the Ezreal do a 1v3 miracle basically? Oh,
Comes
here
out
comes
as-
the Rumble ult.
I don't think they can fight that, but let's see. Rumble is walking in for the
Oh,
steal.
huge Leona ulti.
Nash
Ezreal goes into the backline.
Nash is stolen, but people are dying left and right. I don't know if they actually can do it. Ezreal gets ult from Void. Actually,
Ezreal
currently
will carry
no
this
damage.
fight.
Also TP from the Jarvan.
Yeah, and they will all die.
Yes.
Ezreal with a huge team fight. He played it nearly perfect, I would say. He went into the backline, he assassinated the AD carry and the mid laner, and then Team Genetix does not have the damage to kill him.
Yeah, it's crazy. And also, Nash is gone for Team Genetix.
Yeah, so they got the Nash, so they get influx of. Oh wait, they did not get the Nash.
No, it was stolen.
Oh, I didn't catch this one. That's huge. So again, we have a gold lead for Boost Muchachos, and they are back into the game like that.
That's crazy. All the tables have turned. Huh?
Yes.
I mean, it was a risky call from the beginning, right? The 50-50 was clear. Of course, there was a catch on Jarvan, but still, I don't know if that was ever enough to risk the 50-50. But let's see how we can continue. There's a catch on Rumble right now. Ash ult will connect. Also TP from Bashar, I think. Yes, but Ezreal also on the side. Void will try to finish off the Rumble. But also, like, Zion needs to be careful. Will die to the Urgot right now. And still Jarvan on the side lane. And nobody's stealing with that.
Yeah, so I think it was a good idea from Team Genetix to force a fight there because Jarvan had no TP because he TP'd before, and they started it out really good. But as you watch the fight, it's really hard for Django to play out this fight because Leona will every time engage on him, and the Rumble ult will be on top of him, and he used the flash again. And here is an engage on Ezreal. Will Ezreal die? Yes, he will.
Well, Ezreal's launch speed will not be finished, unfortunately, by the Ahri.
He will die there, and
I don't think it's possible to continue here. And also,
is Ash doing the Drake?
yes,
Oh!
she's doing, but it's really risky right now. Okay, she got the Drake, but I think she would pay with her life for it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes. It was really interesting from Team Genetix side because they rushed mid lane to immediately try to fight it. And we need to be careful now. IP Wave also dying to the lethality. Jarvan cooking his meal in the Cataclysm. Ripsy also not dying.
Okay, so damn, there's a lot of things happening right now, but the main points that we need to take away from this, we have a good gold lead, a 4k gold lead on Boost Muchachos, so they got a lot of gold. I don't even know how much they got from the Nash and the towers and everything, but Team Genetix got the soul, so they have the buff that they will get the whole game. Obuse Muchachos is looking hard, so they are looking to end the game soon.
Void, but the carry is alive, but Django needs to be careful still.
John will die here.
Also Roshar trying to get work here. A lot of DPS from Django, so maybe he can get some stuff going.
Be careful, Azrael is here.
They're trying to focus Rumble, and somebody needs to engage on the Azrael right now, but I don't think they can do it. Ori with the DP, IP wave from behind, crazy game, and they still need to get the Azrael down right now, else he will basically just get the fight by himself, misses the Q, and ace for Team Genetix.
This game is an absolute clown fiesta. It's crazy.
It's carnage.
Everyone is dying left to right. We have, what is it, 50 kills in 25 minutes. It's no one can sleep right now, like the guy said before. Yoruki, if you are still here, you can't sleep if you watch this game. It's wild game, and let's try to assess the situation once more. We had
flash from Jarvan onto Django, but he's still caught in the Cataclysm. Can he hide it? Probably yes. So Jarvan would die, but still a risky trade from Jarvan. Sorry, now you can assess the situation.
All good. I can't assess the situation. It's wild, and the gold lead, they had like a 4k gold lead, is gone again. And now it's basically a dead even game. Team Genetix fought their way back. They got top lane power, they got mid power, they got kills left and right. And now we are just a banger game and maybe one team fight away from victory for one team.
Yeah, still a lot of things happening all around the map. And yeah, we still have Ezreal. I think he's still a lot of gold ahead. Not that much actually anymore.
No, so Django is playing this late game really good. So after his early mistakes, he stopped dying so much from the Jarvan ults. He plays it back. He puts out damage when he can, and he has free items. And an Ashe with free items is hard to kill even in the Cataclysm. So I'm not sure if Jarvan can even 1v1 her anymore.
Yeah, we will have to see. I mean, Ori also with a lot of items ready, and we have Nash spawn in 20 seconds, and we're looking for a Jarvan catch. Ripsy ready for him, and this will be death for sure. And
so the question is, do we start Nash again when Jarvan is dead?
I mean, we still have the same situation, so it's a little bit of a deja vu. So we have no one contesting the Urgot. Muchachos pushing in for mid lane. Somebody needs to match the Urgot right now, and it looks like they're going for a lot of tempo. So basically inhib for Muchachos.
Oh, and Team Genetix, they can't do the Nash.
They can't do the Nash, but they still have Ori on top side. There's 10 seconds on Jarvan, 12 seconds on Jarvan. And I don't know, maybe they're looking for something, but they get top side turret taken. Maybe also inhibited, but Jarvan is alive in 1 second right now.
He can't do anything versus this Ori.
So really good. So it's full reason. So top side inhib is huge actually.
Yes. They answered really good, Team Genetix. So they didn't get nervous. They stopped the Nash. They stopped their push. Got the top inhib. And the most important thing, Yoruki TV is not sleeping. He's here. He's ready to flame jungle. And Django tries to not get flamed by ulting Leona. Can he survive? No, he will get flamed from Rumble. Oh, actually.
Oof. I mean, there was a trade, but
Jesus Christ.
I mean, still, there was a good attempt, but also like Ezreal trying to survive as long as possible right now. But I still, both carries dead at the moment.
Muchachos wins this fight.
Yeah, crazy. I still don't think that it was optimally or like optimized by Team Genetix, the fight. I think it could have been much better.
I mean, it goes both ways, right? Everyone jumped on Django. He survived for really, really long.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, Ezreal died really quick as well. And now we see the problem, a big problem for Team Genetix. They will lose both inhibs, and they don't have a lot of wave clear, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think they can even fight that. This is
They can. Ash is up.
Actually, they can,
They
yeah. I
chase
mean,
it.
they can try to chase it as much as possible. Also, like, Elder Drake is spawning in 20 seconds, so if they get a lot of kills here, maybe we can even get the contest. So there's a TP, again from IP Wave behind the Jarman. So Jarman on the run will get caught here. Django ready to finish him off, and I think right now we are in the position to do
Yeah, I think.
Drake, but maybe they will trade it with an Ash.
Yeah, so they will try to trade with an Ash, but can they even do it? Like, someone needs to just go there and they will stop them, and they lose their base. If you watch the base of Booster Muchachos.
Exactly, and Team Genetic is moving to that Nash, so they know they can't do it.
Yeah, really good spot.
And Void is doing Elder Drake by himself. Rashar will catch Ezreal here.
Oh, that's
that's a huge time
Can he
gain.
kill him?
And we took over Nash, so basically right now we're doing both. They know we're on their Elder Drake though. Ezreal ult spotted Void here. But I think both objectives are picked up by Team Genetics.
Okay, really good play. Team Genetix is now in a really strong position, so they have to play the waves right now, mid and bot. They lost the inhib, so they have to push out the waves, get everybody in front, and try to answer with some towers, with some inhibs as well. And X, we have the commercial break thing again. Maybe you can delay it.
Yes, I'd try.
Perfect. Okay, so we are in the hot phase of the game. It's basically do or die for both teams. Can anyone get another pick? That's the question. Team Genetics now in prime position to finish the game. They need one team fight. They have Y ulti to get in. They have Sign ulti to get in. They have Orichan to get in. They have Ash ulti. They have a lot of ways to start a fight. The question is, can they find the right angles?
It's so scuffed. I found it like before, and I was ready to.
Yeah, I know it's somewhere in the dashboard, but that I will keep. I will take over the cast for a little bit.
Yeah, take it really quick. I'm trying to fix or like do this
So,
as fast as possible.
Team Genetics with a classic 4-1. They have 4 in the mid lane, and they have Razar bot because he basically can't die or not that fast. So they use the Nash really good. They will get the mid inhib and probably the bot inhib as well. So 3 inhibs gone for Booster Muchachos.
Oh, I found it.
Perfect. Oh, Booster
Okay.
Muchachos looking for an engage. Ripsy with a 3-man knockup. And the fight starts, and Elder Drake will punish Booster
Yeah, they get on
Muchachos for that.
backed on Django, but Django will trade everything back basically and survives the fight. But it's crazy, and it's GG.
I call that clean 2-0.
Yeah, I
don't know how you call
mean,
it. Like we expected. Team Genetics 2-0 versus Booster Muchachos. Still on top on the Prime League website.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
GG's.
was a good games. I think clean. It could have been cleaner. Let's say that.
Can you check the stats real quick?
Yes, of course.
I know that the stream will not see them.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
it's
bugged.
bugged.
Whatever.
It's bugged anyway. Wait.
So
I mean, it's
before we talk about Team Genetics, I want to give a huge shout out to Booster Muchachos. They played. I mean, they put up a really good fight versus a strong Team Genetics team. I didn't expect it, and their ADC was crazy good both games. And he did most damage. I see it now. He did most damage in this game, the Ezreal. He had huge game. And Booster Muchachos, like I said, put out a really good fight. So congrats to them, and I hope that they will win the remaining games and stay in Division 5 because they deserve it for sure.
of course, if you want to check the stats, they work right now, so you can take a look at it, of course, if you want.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad if the chat can't see it, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I think so. We do one last thing. MVP vote from you, Yuma, for this series, and then I think we will end the stream on our behalf. So MVP
We
vote.
have interviews. We have interviews.
We have interviews.
Sure, we have interviews.
I don't know about interviews. I wasn't paid for interviews.
I need I need Ripsy here, and I need the jungler here, the Void. If they hear me, I will move you. I will write them. So basically, we will hold some interviews later after a good break.
We're gonna do break.
But yeah, we do a quick break. We will do some interviews later.
Okay.
But like I said, Boost Muchachos, really good game. For me, the MVP of this game has to be IP Wave. He had huge performances both games. He was ahead. Played it really clean. Didn't die too much, to be honest. Yeah, for me, IP Wave. And for you?
I think I would give it to Rashar game 1. I think it was really clean, like well played, and I would probably give it to IP Wave also for game 2. I think he did really well with the flanks, but also I like honorable mention for game 2 for Ripsy. I think Ripsy flanks in game 2 were crazy good.
Yes.
So yeah, I think that would be it for me.
Good, perfect. Then I would say we do like a 2-3 minute break, and we will set up the interviews.
Okay. Let's do 3 minutes, and we will be back. Okay. But bro, you have to set up the interviews.
Yes,
I will full
I
mute.
will.
Okay, I will full mute for the stream. Okay.
Good. See you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Too hot, fly stain on my block. Rolling that green, don't stop. When you're rolling in green, they flop. Look at my ride, too clean. Interior crispy cream. Roll around with the team. Better get with the regime. I don't do no pretending. Take you to new dimensions. Shawty all in my mentions. Shawty won't give me inches. With a bossy baby, I'll get you frosty, baby. Don't care what it costs me, baby. I'm feeling flossy lately. I got the rock. I got the sauce, I got that trip, can't f with no op. Drinking my cup, pour some rock, stay getting lit, yeah till I drop. 4 AM and I can't feel my face, yeah. Pour me up some more, I'll bubble, yeah. Nothing new to me, so if you trust me, I can make you love me. Baby, do you love me? You love me. You with me, know you on the right track. Drop a couple bands and get it right back. I'm just dripping black diamonds and Louis. These niggas like ooey. I'm so bad and bougie, it's a movie, yeah. Count my whistle, I don't take a loss. Baby, can you handle me like Kyrie with the cross? I don't like no boy and you know I cut you off. Katie with the block, too shady with the ops. I got the rock, I got the sauce, I got that trip, can't f with no op. Drinking my cup, pour some rock, stay getting lit, yeah till I drop. Oh na na na, 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 oh na na na.
All right. We back.
We back.
How's it going, guys?
I don't think we hear ourselves on the stream.
You should.
I mean, I heard myself.
Oh, okay, that's good. My bad, my
Hello,
bad, my
hello.
bad.
Hello.
Should be fine. Should be fine.
Okay, so I will welcome our captain and jungler, Void. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Relieved.
Relieved? Perfect.
Relieved.
And
Indeed.
big welcome from me as well to Ripsy, our new support. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. Just a quick 2-0 in the bag.
Clean. Crazy. Okay, so thank you for joining. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So I have some questions. Maybe X-Breaker has some questions to you as well. And I will start. So first of all, it was your first official game in this constellation. So Void, how did you feel? How did it feel? Like, were you nervous or, yeah, just how did you feel in general?
I don't think nervous is the right word. I mean, we had some time to practice together. It was more like not a lack of communication, but it's still a bit rough to know what the other people want to do in certain situations. But that will, I think, over the time that will be way better. It was a bit out of control, but still we managed to do it, and so I'm happy.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Then another question for Ripsy. So it was your first 2 games as a support for Team Genetix, and you played the All-Star. You had really good games, in my opinion and X-Breaker's opinion. We even had you as not as the MVP, but like yeah, I mean you were in the conversation. Let's say it like that. How do you feel about playing bot lane with Django and communication with Void and the mid laner? Like, how is that feeling for you?
Yeah, so first of all, thanks for having me here. I find it really nice to play with Django. I think we're quite good pairing, as we are on the same page most of the time, even without having to talk about it. Like, usually how the lane goes is we don't even need to talk to each other, we just understand what we need. And I find it really relieving and makes my job really easier, that I don't have to fully give my all to talk to my lane partner about how the lane should go. He just feels it, and I feel it, and it's perfect. And the communication with the rest of the team, we're still at start, so obviously there are issues. As we're not used to each other that well, we don't know exactly what we think at the same time, and we do need to reinforce our ideas a bit. But overall, I'm really happy with them and how we performed these 2 games. Obviously, could have gone a bit better, but there's always room for improvement. So we'll just take what we can from this and move on. But I'm really happy to play with the lads.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So then, next question would be for Void again. So Void, it was a really interesting game too. Let me say it like that. So as a fellow all-in player, like, do you thrive in these situations? Like, at one time I asked X-Breaker, what do you say as a Team Genetix player right now? Like, you were like ahead, I think 9k in the first game, and then the other team like went ahead in gold. So how did you keep your composure to still finish the game and win both games? Because in both games the enemies got the lead at one point.
Let's say our comfort zone is playing from behind, so it was working too good, and we were like, yeah, let's go back to comfort zone. And no, it's actually sometimes we just need a kick in the ass to be like, okay, let's play serious here, because we can still lose, and if we play it right, we will win. And I think once that we activate the focus mode and play it correctly with the macro and how we actually are supposed to play, I think from that point on, you see in both games that we put serious mode on, and yeah, it kind of works out from there. I think before that we see that we have a lead and we take it too easy, or we are too scared. One of both things, and yeah, once it matters, we we like switch it back.
See, perfect. Thank you. And then for me, my last question to Ripsy. In the first game, Django was kind of strong, but I felt like during the first game and also during the second game, you decided sometimes to help out the other lanes as well, not only stay in bot side, like roam with the jungler, go to mid lane, go top lane, and then go bot lane again. Like for you, when do you think is the right time as support to go away from your AD carry and leave him alone? And when should you stay with your AD carry?
That's kind of a delicate question because it's really reliant on the game state. Usually it's good if you desynchronize timers of recall with your AD and you go earlier in the recall while he finishes crashing the wave. And then you'll have a bit of time until he goes back to lane until the wave pushes back into, that you have time to just free roam around the map. Also is the case if the enemy just has no threat on him, like to try to gank him or to try to dive him. But in general, it's really important for you as a support, even if you make a play somewhere else, to realize that, okay, if I commit here fully, do I have enough time to go back to lane before the wave crashes so I can cover the dive? Or do I just call my AD to get out the tower and rotate to mid and rotate someone else to bot to catch the wave? Or do we ask everyone to come back bot to repressure? So it's kind of more delicate because it depends on the case. But I generally like to roam when I find that my AD is just safe in lane and I don't need to be with him, especially in matchups like this, like Alistar and Turel, Alistar into Leona, Nautilus into Braum, because it's impossible to ever have kill threat into it unless the enemy hard misplays. And it's better to just use the map to create space or to create something else, another play.
Yeah, and absolutely. I mean, the one time you dove the mid laner with Alistar was a really cool play. We will for sure clip that later. Yeah, so again, for me, really, really good game, Ripsy, and thank you for the educational answer. So we also have some people that need to learn. We have probably some bronzes in the chat, so I hope they can learn from your answer.
Thank you. I mean, Void is here, so
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Okay, no, for me that's everything. X, do you have some questions to the players?
I mean, maybe last question, really quick. For the next or upcoming matches, you go back to practice. What are you focusing on? Maybe for the next prac, maybe Void first.
Actually, I think we will say the same thing. The big problem we were able to see in both these games and also in prac is to set up objectives. I think our wave states when we do objectives are pretty shit, and we are kind of forced to pull through with the objective. Otherwise, we lose too much, and we have to flip it. And so, well, as seen in both games, the flip didn't go well. So I think if we can prepare ourselves better for the objectives and we don't have to take the risk and we can juggle it a bit more and take our time, I think it will be a lot easier for us.
Okay, thank you. Ripsy.
From my side, I feel the same as Void mentioned previously. I feel like we have a general misunderstanding of how to set up our objectives, how to utilize tempo to set up for them, and how to set up the wave states correctly so that we lose as less as possible. Because oftentimes in these two games, we found ourselves on the back foot having to recover back to the side lanes to pick up the waves, and we would end up losing 2 waves, 3 waves, 4 waves every 2-3 minutes for no reason. And that's really bad in the economy of the game. It allows the enemy team to just stall time. If we're indecisive on the objective, like when the Nash call, for example, also leads to that. So we need to have a better understanding as a 5-man unit of how to set up for the objectives and when it's good to do it, and how to properly do the wave states as well. But other than that, I also feel like we should work also on the early to mid game set plays. So the set plays are the plays that everyone does standardly. You know, we need to have kind of like a playbook in mind about what plays we can do at which time. Obviously, given the comps that we usually practice, because that would help us get an edge over the opponent. One fully well-executed set play by a team that's all coordinated will always work, even if it's not always the correct answer, specifically in a case. But it will do good for us as well to coordinate better with ourselves to get the feeling of each other as well. At least that's my opinion.
I agree.
Okay, thank you very much. Anything you would like to say to the people, fans?
Thank you for watching the games, for supporting us in the chat. We really do appreciate it. And hopefully we're going to come back next week with an even better showing.
Yeah, without throwing like a 5k lead to minus 3k, maybe.
9.
9. Oh! Ah, yeah, well.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Anyway,
That was
Anyways.
You make it interesting.
Exactly. Okay. Then, thank you. Yuma, you can have the closing words, I guess.
Yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Thank you, Void and Ripsy, for joining us and for playing the game. And I hope me and X can also show a better cost next time. We are also learning. Yeah, thank you from my side for watching again, and then we will see each other, I guess, next week for the next Prime League match.
See you next week,
Thank
boys.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'm a prodigy, ain't no milk for this ticket, ain't no lottery, no robbing me. My joy comes in the morning, they can't bother me. I'm proud of me, thought I had to be like y'all, but I ain't gotta be. Took off, had to redefine my worth, now my mind at ease. Worst out of me comes out of me, we don't see no transitions. Stuck in the same frame of no clip with no ammunition, I am vicious. They can't handle me, I'm too ambitious. Ain't nobody invited you and your friends, this is fan business. Probably shouldn't be worried about your haters, let that fade off. Whichever cheese told me I wasn't gonna make it, should've got laid off. I know a lot of y'all thinking, when the edge catch don't pay off, but I know your work. Add tax and take off. Yeah, I gotta win. I can tell they ain't want us around. They ain't gotta say it. Been doing this a long time. I put that on my mama head. Game recognized, game we good. We ain't gotta play it.
I've been in the jump all week. Leveled up though. Ooh wee. That's a whole lot of wins on me. That's a whole lot of wins on me. I'm a big dog. No leash. You all bark. No teeth. That's a whole lot of wins on me. That's a whole lot of wins on me.
Come through like I'm Dolomite. Hold up, this a holy site. You think you a legend, what they say, I say for sure you right. All I ever know is being OG, I'm a prototype. Cooler than the polo sweater, brighter than the police light. Beast mode, this a deep grind. Speak gold up at each line. No cheat code, I'm a beast, bro. You a bistro and it's E-time. Got big goals and a big dream on the beach shore, taking me time. My whole team lit too tough, we too up like peace signs. I'm real, raised up in the field. Grinding while the sun is on me, I ain't got no chill. Get it out the dirt and work like I ain't got a deal. I'm trying to blow 100 bands and tell you lames how I feel. We ain't throwing up a brick, dog. The game tipped off. I'm out the kennel, catch me running with the big dogs. Don't hear the critics, they can kick rocks like kickball. They not important, boy, I'm Jordan to the pitfalls. Too many L's over there, I'm trying to big ball. I'm trying to level up a bit, I'm talking Rich Paul. I hit the floor and get it jumping like I'm crisscross. Throw me and Cannon in the booth and that's a hit, dog.
I've been in the jump